Right, so in this lecture, we will talk about the functionality of the F keys of your keyboard. We will do this by providing a few examples that will show their most frequent application. Pay attention to the F2 key. Most professionals use this key as a shortcut that allows them to edit a given cell. Select a cell and then press F2. From this moment on, the formula bar becomes your editing field. F2 is really helpful. Every time you need to manipulate text or formulas, you will have to activate the formula bar to be able to edit a cell's content. F4 is quite handy as well. It plays an important role when typing formulas or editing the formatting of cells. F4 repeats your last action. For example, I can add a new row with the Control and plus shortcut. Okay? If I want to carry out the same action for another cell, I simply select it and press F4. See? The same action was carried out again. When working with a large sheet and you need to use many keys across multiple cells, F4 proves to be a real time saver. F5 and F11 are buttons that will be discussed in more detail. To put it briefly, F5 allows you to jump to different sheets or named ranges in your workbook, while F11 assists with quick chart creation. More on that later in the course. Do you remember the split screen lecture? Right. In this lecture, we saw how to use multiple panes and simultaneously see multiple parts of a worksheet. It is good to show you there is a quick way to navigate between panes through the F6 button, especially if you want to use the keyboard and get rid of the mouse. F6 is quite useful. See how quickly I can jump from one pane to the next one? Awesome! Another F key that is worth mentioning is F8. It is a combo of two actions, pressing the left mouse button and holding it. If you press F8, you can select an area with adjacent cells, either with the mouse or with the arrows of the keyboard. Therefore, we can call this function anchoring the beginning of a range. F8 is useful when you have to work with a large dataset and you need to grasp a larger chunk of information. Observe what I am doing now. I click on this cell up here in the left corner. I press F8, and I easily scroll down to the spot where I will find the end of the range. I select this cell and press Enter. Nice, right? The last useful F key we will see in this lecture is F9. The formula you see here contains results from other calculations. In Supermarket A, we have an order of 10, 4, and 5 kilos of apples, oranges, and bananas, respectively. While in Supermarket B, the values of the orders for the same fruits are 5, 18, and 7. At the bottom of the table, a total has been calculated. So, as a supplier of apples and bananas, the truck of Company C must be loaded with 110% of the amount needed by both supermarkets. So here's the formula that calculates the amount. I will press F2 to activate the formula bar. And if I want to edit the formula, I might wonder, wait, what was the value of cell D6? Well, by selecting D6 in the formula bar and then pressing F9, I can get an answer immediately. D6 is a formula. It is a sum of the two cells that are above. So I do get the result. Moreover, I can select the number before D6 as well, and again take advantage of F9. It makes the formula much easier to work with. If you press Enter, the formula will be re-recorded with the numerical values inside. So, to avoid this situation, after using F9, it is better to press the Escape key. This was a short example which provided a hint of how F9 functions and how it can be used in practice. However, in situations when you work with large datasets and you have to work with multiple sheets, you will definitely need this functionality, as it allows you to pause and reflect on the result obtained while typing a long formula. This is it for now. Thank you for watching.